live from Memphis. Tennessee at the home of the Grizzlies. We're broadcasting from the FedEx Forum. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. So for the Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. On the wing, Jackson. Stolen by Holiday. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Here's Tatum. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Man, Holiday puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Often it's with his scoring, but right there, making a play for someone else.
Here's Edey over Porzingis. Edey gets the bucket. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now here's Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Porzingis. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Morant with it. Outside for Pippen. And a wide open look for Payne. Hands it from downtown.
The second Payne touches that ball, he wants to shoot.
A Holiday. Driving inside. And it's denied. And now the Grizzlies fast break. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. There's Jackson with the 3. Drains the three, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. That one is on our test. And, Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
And here are the Grizzlies with it. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. On the wing, Jackson. Memphis moving it around. Here's Edey. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Outside, White. For the three. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Okay, it's taking them a moment to find their rhythm, opening the game with some uneven 1-for-4 shooting.
There's the screen. Pass to Edey. Jacks up a three. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Edey's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Taking matters into his own hands. Tatum gets those 3 points back in a hurry.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Now, here's Tatum. 5 points in the game. Got a piece of it. Pass to Morant. Outside Pippen. Inside. Stolen by Holiday. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. White, wide open. He fires. Nails the corner three.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Pippen outside. Here's Edey. He's got 5. Here's Jackson. Driving in. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Tatum. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, look, when Porzingis has it there, there's not much you can do defensively.
Pass to Edey. And here is Bane. White covering. The Grizzlies with another miss. Outside our test. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Got it up. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close one. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
Outside, White. Back to Brown. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. The Celtics get it back in a new 14. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. Good work defensively by Horford.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Now here is Holiday. Still scoreless. Down low. Knocked loose. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Pippen with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Back to Morant. Memphis moving it around. And the three ball is good. Jackson's got 7 points.
And that is why Triple J is a stretch 5. He doesn't clog the lane. Jaren really helps to space the floor.
Memphis leading by 6. And for 3. It's rebounded by Walsh. The Celtics on offense. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Back to Brown. Pass to Walsh. Horford inside the line. Busted. No good that time either.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
To the inside. And Jackson throws it down hard.
We talk about Jackson's elite shooting for a big, but this is the other thing that he can do when his mindset is to attack.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Edey. It's rebounded by Walsh. Left side, Brown. To stop the run. A wide open look here for Craig. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Craig's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Here's our test. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You're not going to find a more rugged player than Artest. He will battle for every loose ball, every rebound, and he'll defend with every ounce of energy he has.
And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. The shot's good from Kennard.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Pass to White. Back to Brown. The wide open look here for Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
He's that confident. Porzingis barely even thinks about it.
And taken away by Brown. All going up court. Yep, it counts. And now just a 3-point Grizzly lead.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Huff. Headed by Porzingis. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
You see why Porzingis is one of the best shot blockers in the league all the length.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
And they need to use that momentum, clawing their way back via fast break points.
Pass to Pippen. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Back to Jackson. Fires the 3. And another miss by Memphis. And here is Brown. Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And a season ago at the charity strike, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Got it off in time, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics out in front as they wrap up the 2nd quarter on a 12-3 run. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Here's Holiday. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Tatum. Morant with the steal. Memphis moving that ball around to the paint. Here's Jackson. Outside, Payne. Back to Pippen. Shot clock at 5. Offline with his 3. The Celtics with the lead. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
They set the pick. Now here's Morant. And it's Pippen in the corner. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Pippen's got 6.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
That's to Holiday. Back to Brown. And the turnover again by Boston.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. To the middle. And it's Pippen with the jam.
Don't you wish you could leap like Pippen? I mean, I do.
Outside Artest. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. 8 points for Ron Artest.
Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
Morant drives in. Pass to Huff. Morant with it. They set the screen. Just 4 to shoot. Good on the shot.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Outside Tatum. Right side Horford. Brown down low. 3-pointer. Can't hit that one. Memphis leading by 3. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Brown. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Pass to Huff. Outside Jackson. There's the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside, Horford. And Tatum launches it from deep. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Memphis with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Morant. Here's Pippen. The kick out to Bane. They grab their own miss. To the inside. Huff. Missed it. Even after all those chances. Outside Artest. Beyond the arc. Good. And it's Tatum picking up the assist. And 11 points for Ron Artest.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Celtics making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
Memphis leading by 4. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Kennard. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul.
Jason Tatum.
That's his first foul.
His personal foul. Second team foul.
On defense, the Celtics. Back to Pippen. Here's Edey. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Edey's got 7.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Agreed. He's just too dominant inside. So you're better off stopping him from getting the ball in the first place.
First team foul.
32 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pass to Porzingis. Puts it up from 17.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses.
Kennard's shot is off. Celtics trailed by 6.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how that plays out.
Now Pippen. Pass to Wells. The 3. Edey. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Grizzlies lead by 3. 5 from the FedEx. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Memphis. 3-point lead. Kennard on the wing. A 3. Good on the triple. Kennard's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Grizzlies.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's foul number 2 for him.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Tatum down low. On the wing, Holiday. Here's White. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Here's the screen. Pass to Edey. It's tipped. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here.
With his length and his smarts on defense, Porzingis affects a lot of shots.
Here's White driving to the basket. And he drops in the layup off the glass. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
The Grizzlies call timeout. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Boston trailing. And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Artest on the way. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Artest's got 9 points here in the second half.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
3, Pippen. Rebound, Boston. Outside, Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Wide open look. And another basket for Boston.
Oh, the versatility of Porzingis, able to strike a number of areas.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Memphis moving that ball around. In the corner, it's Payne. 5 on the clock. Now here's Pippen, covered by Artest. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Moving it up. Throws it down, JT!
Tatum reminding the defense, like, yo, you cannot stop him.
The Grizzlies call timeout. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Pass to Bane. And it's Pippen in the corner. Outside, Bane. 6 to shoot. Morant outside. They need this one. And finished off by Morant.
Get this man the ball, and he will make something happen. Morant rises to the occasion, man.
.151 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Brown outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Morant. Outside Pippen. Takes the 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look.
Porzingis picking it over. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Holiday with the 3. Edey with the rebound. And the Grizzlies with possession here. And here's Morant. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Right side, Tatum. Pass to Brown. Outside, Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Tatum, that's for 2. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Tatum's got the lead up to 6 now for Boston. On the wing, Jackson. Morant outside. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That is just absolutely ridiculous. Look, we talk about Morant having that it factor, and then he makes the biggest play of the night.
So they foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down by 4. And what's their best move at this point?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
There's Jackson with the 3. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.
Live. From Memphis, Tennessee, at the home of the Grizzlies, we're broadcasting from the FedEx Forum. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. The Dallas Mavericks, they come in off the loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. Pass to Morant. Outside Jackson. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got his team on the board to start the game for the Grizzlies. And here are the Mavericks now. It's a three-point game. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Here's Okongwu, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Pippen with a wide-open look. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Nice shot off the catch there. Pippen shows you a little bit of everything every night.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Outside for Davis. He drills the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. When AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop him. Guys?
Thank you, David. And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. The kick out to Bain. Here's Jackson. And it's Johnson with the rebound. And now here comes Okongwu leading the break. Irving's shot is good.
got to run Kyrie off that line. If you let him get comfortable and find his shot from behind the arc, it's a wrap.
Clark, Kyrie Irving has got to be as skilled a player as we've seen in the NBA.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen a better layup maker than him. And I played against Isaiah Thomas and read about Nate Archibald and some of the other great small ball guards. But, man, this kid, Kyrie Irving, well, young man now, 50, 40, 90 on the season. And a lot of times he's making acrobatic layups against 6'9", and 7-foot guys. Special.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. It's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Payne for three. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And he just lights it up from downtown. Bain so dangerous from out there.
And Okongwu has it in the corner. Pass to Irving. Shot clock at 5. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
To the middle. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Edey. Plays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Okongwu. A three-pointer, no good. Morant outside. Outside Pippen. One 11 left to play here in the first. They get the rebound. Edey. And that one is hammered home.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
A three-pointer is right on target.
When your big man can pop out and knock down the corner three, it certainly opens up the whole offense.
Edey can't hit. The Mavericks leading. It's tipped to the inside. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Davis with the bucket.
Love the readiness of AD. He's already prepared himself to shoot before receiving the ball.
There's Jackson with the three. Knocks down the three ball. Jackson's got 6 points.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Irving. For the three. Connects from three-point range. 12 points for him.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
A free-flowing first. Quarter. Great scoring through one. Mavericks lead.
20.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Mavericks?
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
You know, something else is working for them is the three-point shooting. I mean, they've done some damage early on from behind the arc.
In the corner, it's Gafford. On the wing, Johnson. From deep. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry. and let's face it, hard to win games.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. To the paint, and Gafford throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
The Mavericks trailing. Johnson right side. The kick out to Irving. Pass to Exum. Inside. It's good by Gafford. Gafford's got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Here's Edey. Jackson with it. Covered by Gafford. And the slam dunk by Pippen.
Way to punch it, Scottie Pippen. The athleticism, impressive.
Up top, Gafford. Dallas moving it around. On the wing, Irving. Great, you look at today's point guards. So many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steady in an offense.
Oh, my, what a play.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Mavericks trailed by 4. Pass to Marshall. The 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie. Marshall's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now here's Pippen. Kennard on the wing. And he jams it with authority.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Back to Exum from downtown. Another 3 for Dallas.
And that's just too much space to give a shooter like him. He works to get open, but the defenders have to work harder to nullify that.
Out to the right wing. Here's Huff. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Huff's got 4 points now in the quarter. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Capella inside. Marshall deciding where to go with it. And the dunk by Capella.
How about the force from Clint Capella? When he's got good position inside, he's throwing it down.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Dinwiddie with it. Still without a basket. Down low. Exum. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Dinwiddie attacking. Pass to Capella. Here's Washington. And the wing jumper offline. to the inside. And he goes in for the dunk.
LaVine just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Dallas. They trail by 7. Ball stolen. And a wide open look for Bane. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And you have to stay connected to Bane. He's too good off the catch.
Well, you look at these role players the Mavs have, Clark. They've done a great job.
They really have, Kevin. I mean, the front office identified who the players were that could best play with their core stars. Needed defenders and guys that could catch and shoot the 3. They went out and loaded up the roster with those perfectly fitting role players.
Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the jam.
Anthony Davis, clearly a team-first guy. He's got special talent, but he's not afraid to share the ball either.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Outside Pippen. Shoots the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Johnson down low. And it's Dallas with another. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Outside Jackson. It's up a 3. And the slam dunk by Pippen.
You know, Pippen is about 6'8", but he's got the wingspan of a condor, using that reach to corral that rebound.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Marc said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Such a wide open look.
Boy, he's a stretch 4 now with a dangerous outside shot. Washington loves letting that one fly from there.
Here's Morant. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Davis. Mavericks trailed by 10. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
And it's Johnson penetrating. Takes it off the glass. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
Substitution on the court.
There's 1:59 left in the third quarter. To the middle. And stolen by Okongwu. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Wells. Wasted no time on that one. Irving's got it back down to single digits for Dallas.
Hey, you need a big night from one of your stars? I introduce you to Kyrie Irving. He is lethal and able.
Stolen by Magic. And now here comes Okongwu leading the break. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Fast break Memphis. It's Pippen on the wing. Scoreless thus far. Three-pointer Bagley. And another miss by Memphis. Mavericks trailed by 8. Tipped away. Stolen by Jackson. And now Reynolds pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Pass to Nembhard. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Davis inside. Back to Okongwu. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Okongwu's now got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Timeout called the Grizzlies. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Kennard. Now here's Wells. On the wing, Irving. Lets it go. Outside, Davis. Fires the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And a deep 3 from Kennard. And nothing is falling for him right now. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Nembhard's shot is good.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Kennard for 3. And that one released in time, but no good. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's the Grizzlies up 2. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The Grizzlies call time. Short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Memphis's head coach had some words for the team during the break. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
You know, this is an example of why conditioning can be so important. I mean, it can be critical. They continue to sprint the floor, and there's no let-up in sight.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
And Dallas again with the bucket.
That's the decisiveness we talk about with Irving. He's quick and right at it.
Morant outside. Pass to Kennard. They get it again. Edey. Right side, Pippen. Morant with a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Morant's got 5 points in the quarter.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Irving with a clean look. Bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got 20 points.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Knocked away. Stolen by Washington. To tie it up. And it's Kyrie Irving with the three. Irving's got the game tied up here for Dallas.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. A shot by Nembhard, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Davis. Pass to Irving. There's the triple. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Irving's got 14 points now in the second half.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Davis looking for an opening. Nembhard with it. Another three for Dallas.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Pippen outside. Gets to Kennard. Lets the three fly. Pippen, no luck.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Exum with a wide open look. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Back to Irving. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And the Grizzlies win possession. And an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
It's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Morant.
Great to goodness! That was special.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Pass to Washington. It's Nembhard on the wing. Here's Exum, and he's good on the three ball. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Fast break, Dallas. Count it.
Boy, an excellent passer for a big man. P.J. Washington's floor awareness, impressive.
Pass to Edey. Over Davis. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. 35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Money!
AD staring him down and letting him know this ain't over yet.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Nembhard. Payne with the steal. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. For three, Pippen. That shot, no good. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The crowd. Is assembled at the American Airlines Center looking for a Mavericks win here in downtown Dallas. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss to Sacramento.
What's bad is that?
Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Bane with the steal. Pass to Jackson. It's Morant in the corner. And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
And it's Pippen with the jam.
And on the break, Pippen knows what to do.
Dallas with the ball. Johnson goes in, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Driving in. Memphis moving that ball around. And here's the fast break. Davis leading the way. Pass to Nembhard. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Pippen. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. And Morant throws it down.
Well, he is such a blur in transition. Morant goes from 0 to 60 faster than a sports car.
After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Stan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27 and 55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
And taken away by Magic. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And a wide open look for Irving. Another 3 for Dallas. The Grizzlies trail by 4. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. It's stolen by Davis. Okongwu with it. Put it down by Jackson. Another 3 for Dallas. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Dallas.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Here's Okongwu. Misses the 3. Now the Grizzlies with it. It's a 5-point game. To the middle. Here's Pippen. A beautiful reverse layup.
And I like what the defense is thinking here, but Pippen gets physical inside and insists on getting to his shot.
Outside Irving. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
This is just AD doing what AD does, dominating the defense there and converting.
Here's Morant. Outside for Jackson. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
Back to Morant. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Mavericks leading by 5. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Irving. Launches a 3. And good, coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. Irving's got 6.
And Irving can change the course of a game with his ability to shoot the 3.
Oh, and here we go. Irving's got his defense. Great chance.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
The kick out to Bane. It could go. The shot that time not on target. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Mavericks. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Well, their defense was incredible. Wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Left side, Jackson. Here's Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
The best dunking point guard in the game, Ja Morant.
Grade, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Outside for Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Dallas leading by 16. Pass to Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. The Grizzlies trailed by 18. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Pass to Kennard. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen.
Well, this is what they pay Kennard to do. He's led the league in three-point percentage multiple times.
Knocked away. Pippen with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. Kennard for 3. Rebounded by Exum.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Usually just seen as a knockdown shooter, Kennard has good instincts as a passer as well.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Gafford. Now Marshall. 4 on the clock. Here's Exum. Oh, good with the triple. The Grizzlies trailed by 13. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at punting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Dallas moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Memphis with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And now the fast break. Exum with the ball. Kennard with the ball. Now defended by Exum. Three-pointer. Rebound by Marshall.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
To the wing right side. Gafford, high post. Pass to Exum. On the wing, Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Pippen. Jackson has the open look. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And it's Exum in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
And in getting that three to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Grizzlies.
Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. They led by as many as 18 points. Pass to Exum. Back to Washington. Gafford, high post. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Here's the 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action in just a minute. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Greg, you look at today's point guards. So many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times, it's to ignite it.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis, trailing by 10. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Jackson with the screen. Hits the 3-point bomb. Pippen's got the first field goal of the second half for the Grizzlies.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Irving surveying the floor. Launches it.
And Pippen is a rugged defender, has tremendous length, and that helps him cover a lot of ground.
Now here's Morant. He's got 6. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Mavericks leading by 5. So stand the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Well, from the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those three guys, that's a great base for the future.
Here's Bane. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Such a hard worker. Bane was ready for any physicality that came his way.
And, you know, Stan, we've watched Desmond Bane evolve into a #1 option on offense. He's always been there, but now he really is at the top of the heap.
Yeah, he sure is. Look, Kevin, you know, he came into the league as a three-point shooter, and he's a great one. But he's developed his game off the dribble, very good mid-range shooter, and he's strong enough to finish around the rim.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Mavericks leading by 3. In the corner, Irving with it. Drops in the tray. Irving's got 14 points for the game.
The corner 3 by Kyrie. That's a nice ring to it.
Back to Morant. Stolen. Here's Irving. That is good off the back rim and in. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
And you must be up on Kyrie at all times, or this is what he'll do to you.
Now Morant. He has 6. And the 3 ball is good. Bane's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Irving from long range. Edey with the rebound. Morant with it. Picked up by Davis. Pippen outside. Stolen by Magic. That one goes. Count it. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Outside Pippen. Lets it go with the 3. The Mavericks pull it in. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's Davis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when healthy, Davis remains an absolute force in this league on both sides of the ball.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
So I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. A different look for Dallas. Both shots good from the stripe. 1:02 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Capella to the left side wing. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. .52 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now, here's Marshall. No good from outside. Kennard on the wing. And again, Memphis, no good. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Pippen. 27 seconds left in the third. Got a piece of it. Marshall with the steal. The tray. They get it back.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Over to the wing. Here's Stevens. From outside, off the mark. The 3. Marshall gets the bucket. And now a 12-point Maverick lead.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continue.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Mavericks leading by 12. Irving up top. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And when he's on like this, guys, there's not much you can do to stop Kyrie, an incredible shot maker.
The Grizzlies call timeout. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, what I like is not only have they been forcing turnovers, they've been capitalizing on those opportunities.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Lays it in off the breakaway. Irving's got 20 points.
And guys, give them credit. I mean, they've taken advantage of the turnovers in the open floor.
Doubled by Okongwu. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And Morant gets it to go. Stan, we talk about this every night. So much great young talent coming into the NBA. Is there one player, though, in particular, who right now stands out to you?
What I have to say, Kevin, Victor Wembanyama, I don't know that we have ever seen a guy of that size do the things that he does. Now, you can say, well, what about Nikola Jokic? Well, Nikola Jokic, first of all, is not Victor Wembanyama's size. And then Victor's handle and his length, the guy's incredible. He's going to be the face of the NBA for a long, long time.
In the corner, Irving with it. Shoots over Morant. Again, the Mavericks score.
Some of the fastest hands in the league right now. Kyrie knowing he has to get rid of it.
Outside for Pippen. Payne for three. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. On the wing, Jackson. Morant outside. Payne for three. And Davis pulls it down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Nembhard with it. He's picked up by Pippen.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis continuing to prove how dominant he is.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star Weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in that from fans and some great competition among the players.
And we see it every night in the NBA. That's what we all crave for, right? We want to see the biggest names against each other.
Yeah, every night we want to see the best players one-on-one against the other great players in the league.
Morant left side. Jackson has the open look. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Johnson outside. Outside Irving. Another three for Dallas.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside, Bane tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Mavericks leading by 21. Johnson. It's Nembhard on the wing. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Outside, Bane frames the three-pointer. Bane's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength. pour down.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kyrie Irving.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. And the layup's good off the glass.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Again, the miss by Pippen.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Jackson from long range. Outside Irving. There's the triple. Offensive rebound Mavericks. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Here's Morant. Outside, Bane. Pippen with a wide open look. And the three off target. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could be...
The Grizzlies look to take charge at the FedEx Forum.
왜 이렇게 말이 많습니까, 이게? 즐겜입니다.
And we're going to bring it to you live from Memphis, Tennessee.
즐겜입니다.
Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
예, 일단 한번 해보시죠.
For the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off that loss. And the Grizzlies start out with the ball. Now Morant. Hey, Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pass to Pippen. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Memphis's head coach. He thinks Tyrese Maxey is a guy they have to watch. He said he reads the floor well and understands situational basketball. Defensively, it's tough to speed him up or slow him down. He really plays at his own pace. Guys?
Thank you, David. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep, too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch. This guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's his first foul. Jackson down low. Clock at 6. Back to Morant. Lots of room. Nice jump shot. Good.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Anthony going inside. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And this is why you can't give Anthony a lane, because this guy will run all over you.
Outside for Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Jacks up a 3. Edey with the rebound.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Embiid, no good. And here's Jackson. He has 5. Pippen for 3. Rebounded by Anthony.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Now here's Morant. One-on-one fast break. Here's Maxey. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Maxey's showing great athleticism on his way to that finish at the rack.
To the inside. Embiid with the steal. And now Maxey pushing it up, and no one back there to stop him. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. The offensive rebound. And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. 4-point game. And the dunk by Jackson.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in him.
Now, here's Maxey. Outside, George. Back to Maxey. Got a piece of it. Morant with the steal. In the corner, it's Payne. Fires the 3. And Ja Morant good for the 3. Morant's got 5 now.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted, ready to fire.
Back to Maxey. Pass to Anthony. For 3. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit. When you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Grizzlies out in front, leading by 3. And back with the... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
The 76ers trail by 3. Back to Maxey. Outside Anthony. Lets the 3 fly. That shot missing. And so here's Memphis. And when this game is done with, they'll be off to Los Angeles, taking on the Lakers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Outside, Payne. Back to Morant. And Anthony sends it back.
He works so hard on the defensive end. Anthony proving to be a difference maker. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the contest. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into a starring role with the 76ers. He says these guys have the ultimate confidence in him, all the way from the organization down to the players. So I can just go out there and be aggressive, play my game, even through mistakes. It's all part of extraordinary growth for the guard. Kevin?
EA thanks he is rewarding their faith. And I love his statement on growth. He's always looking to expand. Outside for George. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Another miss by Philadelphia. Down low. Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
Pass to George. Will it go? Good on the triple. George has got 7 points.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Morant left side. Payton for 3. And Embiid pulls it down. The 76ers trail. Here's George. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And George really good at recognizing his fast break opportunities and torching the defense with his speed and athleticism in transition.
So timeout call here. The first for Memphis. Greg, you look at today's point guards. So many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You see some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Out to Anthony. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. No good from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Some changes for Philadelphia. .129 left in the first half. Here's Grimes. There's Gordon with the 3. The 76ers again can't hit him.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Jackson misses. Here's Grimes. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Good on both. There's a minute left now here in the second. Pippen outside. Wells in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Wells has got himself on the board with 3 there.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Pass to McCain. For 3, Gordon. Grizzlies with the rebound. Wells in the corner. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. That's a miss. He's made 1 and missed 1. The 76ers trailed by 3. Here's McCain. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Pippen. Pass to Kennard. Got it off in time. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Grizzlies lead by 1. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. They trail by 1. Outside, George. Back to Maxey. Pass to Anthony. Sinks the triple. Anthony's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the 76ers.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Morant with it. George picks him up. Payne for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Payne's got 8 points.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you.
This is how athletic Morant is, a point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
Pass to Embiid. Embiid is a monster in the lane. Wow.
And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post.
Exactly. I mean, once he's got the ball in that area, the battle's already lost.
They get the rebound. Out to Morant. Now Bane. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And every year, and Greg may agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Here's Bane. 8 points for him. Morant outside. Oh, he jams it right over Kelly Oubre. Wow.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Morant. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
The 3 from George. The shot will not fall. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Both teams will make substitutions. And here are the Grizzlies now. They lead by 1. Out to the wing. Here's Edey. The Grizzlies shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
13 foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for
So he gets them both. The 76ers trail by 3. Lays it up off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
There's the screen. Outside Gordon. For the 3. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Drummond in the post. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
1:09 left to play in the third. Morant outside. There's the drive. Kennard's shot is off.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Grimes with the bucket. Grimes has got 4 points this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Pass to Kennard. 3-pointer. And again, Memphis no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Pippen. Hits it from 3-point range. Pippen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Scottie Pippen, a dependable shooter from here now. Like how he gets his feet set first. That's fundamental, but he's central.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Right side, Pippen. Kennard on the wing. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim. Knew he was going to get hit and still was able to finish.
Gavin Sele. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for Memphis. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now, he's not happy with the perimeter defense. He told them we have to hustle more out to the three-point line because they look real comfortable out there now. I want you contesting every three they put up. We'll see if that intensity increases on D, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Wells in the corner.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
The 76ers trailed by 5. Pass to Anthony. Back to Maxey. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Maxey's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the 76ers. The Grizzlies call timeout. The Grizzlies on offense. A 2-point game. Morant outside. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Kudos for the effort, but he got there a little too late.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. On the wing, Bane. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the 76ers with possession. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Morant outside. Driving in. And then Morant slams it in.
Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
Outside, Maxey. Oubre outside. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Memphis leading. Jackson in the corner. Here's Edey. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. A kick out to Bane. And another shot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Now an all-NBA caliber talent, Morant still feels like he has room to improve. And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
Pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Back to Anthony. It's rebounded by Memphis. Pippen with it. Outside, Bane. A three-pointer, no good.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
I mean, who else do you want taking this shot? Anthony, a natural scorer in any situation.
And then Morant slams it in.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
To Embiid. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Back to Maxey. From deep, George. Edey with the rebound.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Morant looking around. It's Pippen on the wing. 6 to shoot. Over George. Kept alive. The shot, no good. The 76ers trailed by 3. Pass to Embiid. Here's Anthony. Yes!
This is what happens when you allow Carmelo Anthony to heat up.
Now here's Morant. To the lane. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Inside. Here's Oubre. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
It's Morant in the corner. The Grizzlies call timeout. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pippen with the wide open look. It drops.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Outside Anthony to tie it up. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to see it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Thank you for joining.